Is long pips OX better for Penhold or Shakehand? Some people say Penhold long pips is unfair. Others say Shakehand is more stable and complete. But here's the truth. Long pips OX doesn't care about your grip. It cares about how you play. Today we're breaking down Penhold versus Shakehand with long pips OX, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which grip wins for your style. First, let's make one thing clear. Long pips OX means long pimples, no sponge direct contact with the blade. This gives you spin reversal, dead balls, unpredictable bounce. Long pips OX rewards timing, touch, and positioning, not brute power. And that's why grip choice becomes interesting. Let's start with Penhold. Penhold players have something special, wrist freedom. With long pips OX, that wrist freedom turns into nasty angles, soft touch blocks, sudden dead drops. Penhold long pips players are deadly close to the table. Blocking a heavy loop? Just relax the wrist. The result? A floating, awkward return that dies right after the bounce. Penhold also makes it easier to push short, chop block, change direction at the last second. This is why many opponents say Penhold long pips feels like cheating. But here's the downside. Penhold has limited reach, especially on wide balls. If you're pushed back from the table, defense becomes harder. Now let's talk about Shakehand. Shakehand long pips players usually play a modern defensive style. The biggest advantage? Reach and balance. With Shakehand, it's easier to cover the whole table, defend wide angles, transition between defense and attack. Long pips OX on the backhand allows deep chops, side chops, floating returns that mess with timing. Shakehand players are more comfortable, mid-distance far from the table. But here's the trade-off. Shakehand long pips requires clean technique. If your angle is wrong, the ball pops up. Less wrist freedom means less deception close to the table compared to Penhold. So let's compare them directly. Penhold long pips OX, best close to the table, more deception, faster hand transitions, less reach Shakehand. Long pips OX, better defense, more coverage, easier chopping, less wrist trickery. One isn't better than the other. They're just different weapons. So, which grip wins? Here's the honest answer. The grip doesn't win. The playstyle does. If you love close to table disruption, blocking and drop shots, Penhold wins. If you love defense consistency, mixing chop and attack, Shakehand wins. If you're choosing long pips OX, don't ask which grip is better. Ask, how do I want to win points? Comment below, Penhold or Shakehand. And if you want more long pips OX guides, rubbers, tactics, and mind games, subscribe.